Welcome back to the channel. I'm Big Mike and this is my garage gym. I'm a master trainer at LA Fitness, but this weekend was my first powerlifting meet ever. How did I do? What did I total? Did I do what I set out to do? All of those questions answered as this video goes along, so keep watching. And while you're watching, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button if you like this type of content. And without further ado, let's talk about it. I totally understand the memes now. I get it. You're not a powerlifter until you do a powerlifting meet. And while I don't necessarily agree with that statement, I will say there's like this overwhelming ambiance, for lack of a better word, and like this huge support from the powerlifting community that almost carries you through your lifts to some extent. So if you've never been and you want to dip your toes in, just do it. Just go out, find a powerlifting meet near you, and just think of it as a regular workout, just another day in the gym. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. With that, let's talk about how spooky the H-Town Showdown was. There really wasn't anything spooky about it. I just thought, since they went with the Halloween theme for the shirt, I don't know, I'd be a little spooky about it. So, as you all know, if you've been watching the videos in this series, if you haven't, go ahead and check them out. They'll be in the playlist. I started this prep 8 weeks out, and I was using the Juggernaut AI training app to kind of just like turn off my brain and let myself be coached through my first powerlifting meet, which I think is wonderful advice for anybody doing their first powerlifting meet, because I didn't really know what to expect or what kind of standard to hold myself to. I've been training myself in the powerlifting setting for about 7 years now, and I've been training other people in powerlifting about 2 years now. But like I said, I've never done a meet, and I've never had any of my clients do a meet. Now I have 2 of them scheduled for January, now that I've had this experience under my belt. I'm also getting certified to be a powerlifting instructor now that, again, I've had a little bit of experience firsthand. Now, I kind of went against everybody's advice on YouTube. Don't cut for your first powerlifting meet. Of course, I wasn't going to listen to them because I do think that I know a little some. And I was successful in that fact. I lost a little over 10 pounds in 8 weeks. And relatively speaking, I had the same, if not a little bit stronger lifts. So, was it a bad experience overall? No, I don't think so. Was it a good experience? Hell yeah! But was I affected by the cut? Yes, yeah, I'll say that up front. Of course I was affected by the cut, but not in the way that you would think. My lifts didn't go down, and I'll get to what actually happened. But first, let's start with the squats. Oh, by the way, I weighed in at 162 pounds or 73.2 kilos in the morning. And then obviously I had some Pop-Tarts and some sugary snacks so that way I'd be ready for the squats. So I opened up with 135 kilos for the squats, and man, just watch the clip. Controlled, deep, smooth. Of course, I went up.
All right, take up 140 kilos now, 308 from Mike Hernandez.
That one didn't feel bad either. So, you know what? Let's go up to 150.
Let's go, Mikey! Drive, drive!
Here's what I was talking about earlier. All of these squat attempts, they felt weird. Weird in the sense that it almost felt like I wasn't even using my muscles. The first squat, the second squat, the third squat, they all felt like the spotters were actually holding on to the bar and pulling it up for me. That's the best way I can describe it, to be honest. I never felt that before. All right, bench press. Here come the excuses. As soon as I started warming up on bench, I felt this little pinch right here in my shoulder. And honestly, it wasn't that bad, but I was considering just not doing the rest of it whatsoever. Like just completely calling it. Because the last thing that I want is to injure myself and have to take this huge break. I'm not going to do that. That's crazy. Anyway, I went through the rest of the warm-ups and it felt okay. Here's where the actual problem lies. Because I was in that third flight, I had no idea how fast or how slow things were going to go. Some things happened out on the platform that delayed the time a bit. And I went from taking 3 to 5 minute breaks in between my warm-ups to now my last warm-up having been 10 minutes earlier than my first attempt. I've never rested for that long. And if you guys make fun of powerlifters for resting like a day and a half, I kind of get it now. I definitely get it now. Because it's like you kind of have to find a way to conserve and use your energy at the same time when called upon. And I just didn't have that skill set. When I went up for my bench opener of 100 kg or 220 pounds, whoa, that thing was heavy.
Go, Mike!
Hernandez takes on that opener there. This is good.
And it was just 220, something I was repping out weeks before that. And no, it wasn't a bad program. The Juggernaut AI did everything it could. I just, like I said, I took way too much rest in between and I just wasn't prepared for that. Like nobody talks about how much space of time there is between flights. If you're the first flight, it's kind of cool, but it's not really that cool because it's like the nerves really get to you. And then if you're the second or third flight, it's kind of hard to like pace yourself and know when it is that you're going to go up. That's something that a coach, like a powerlifting coach, would definitely be beneficial for. And obviously I'm going to have to do more meets so I can kind of be able to like read the rhythm of the actual meet. Now, at this point, I kind of figured it out. How much time there was in between each lifter and the setup and how fast the meet was actually going. So after my opener pretty much bombed, I said, okay, give me a second to regroup. And I put in my second attempt for 226 pounds. And it was the complete opposite of my opener.
2.5 kilos, 225 pounds.
Let's go, Mikey!
Easy. Like, man, it just felt good. Like I knew exactly what I was doing. And it's because I took that opener like maybe 5 minutes at the most before my second attempt. Now, this is also something I referred to in the beginning of this video. There's nothing that really prepares you for the length of a powerlifting meet. So even though I took my intro workout, I took my pre-workout, I took, some snacks with me, I was still in a bit of a deficit, and it had been almost 2 hours now, maybe 2.5 hours since I started squatting. So at this point, I definitely felt the depletion of both energy and calories. And that third attempt, I didn't want to go up by that much because I knew that I was already feeling it. Lo and behold, 231 or 105 kg.
Go, Mikey!
Luckily, I've been training for a while now, so I didn't let that failure hit me too hard. This is where I basically have to start over. Warm up again, go through my mobility drills just like I would for any other workout day, and take my pre-workout, take my creatine. I was ready to go, and I felt it. The warm-ups, smooth, flying. I even felt like changing my opener, but too late. I had to do essentially my last warm-up again on the platform, except this time, smoother. I could jump up to 185 easily, and I did.
So are you, Mikey. Push through, push. Yeah.
Boom, 407 went down, baby. Nice and easy. Well, there was a little bit of a struggle, but that's because I also felt it just like bench when that fatigue hit me like a train. Like, man, I just felt it come in. I was feeling good. I was on a high. My second wave had finally kicked in, but then it was gone. At that point, I knew it didn't really matter what my third attempt was. I could have gone up by a little bit. It could have been 2 pounds more. It was over. That was it. I basically just went up to the platform to show up.
Drive!
I will say this, looking back at some of the footage, especially that third attempt on bench and that third attempt on deadlifts, I'm not much of a fighter. I kind of give in pretty easily, especially as I was comparing myself to other lifters, not in, their respective weight categories or how much they were lifting, but in the fact that some of them really grind through the lifts. In theory, I just got to keep hitting heavy singles. And am I going to do that? Not quite. So my meet was definitely successful. No, we didn't get any awards. We didn't get one of those little fancy medals. But what we did do was go through a successful cut. I don't think I had to sacrifice any muscle. As a natural lifter, my best hopes were to lose about 1 pound a week without losing muscle or strength. And I didn't. I didn't have to sacrifice any of that. Sure, the lifts themselves are less in weight, but compared to my body weight, my Wilks score went up, my DOT score went up. Like, this was a good meet. I did what I set out to do. I lost weight. I'm finally at a healthy 162, 165. I'm hitting some decent numbers on bench, squat, and deadlifts. Could I have done better? Could I have gone 9 for 9? Yeah, probably, but it was my first meet. What do you want? I didn't have a coach. All I had was a Juggernaut AI training app, and it did the best that it could. It was the most fun, and that's with 2 failed lifts. Imagine if I would have hit 9 for 9 or got my 1,000-pound total. We'll just have to wait and see. The plan moving forward is to stop using the Juggernaut AI training app. It's just because I know myself a lot better. And yeah, it does say that it adapts to the MRV and MEV based on your feedback, but who's got time for that, man? I know what I'm doing, and I know what I'm doing with my clients. So from here on out, it's just me, baby, and I'm building my hypertrophy program as we speak. I'm just doing like a quick little bridge block in between. We'll do the more important competition on November 12th, the Garage Gym competition, where I can actually win something And I don't have to worry about commands. I don't have to worry about length in between because it's just gonna be me. So sounds like there's a lot more fun to be had in this garage gym. So if you're looking forward to that kind of content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and let me know what you guys thought. I don't really care. Go ahead, tell me I suck. I'm improving, and that's all that really matters. That is the end of the video, and I will see you guys at the next flex.